This episode is about self-care. Oh yeah, self-care is you being responsible. How do I know? Because I suffer from this. Welcome to Spiritual Talks. I'm your host, Gerald. This is another episode of Spiritual Talks. Let's get right into it. Listen, self-care is you being responsible. Responsible. If you're a person like me, you dread feeling like you're not being responsible. You don't want to feel like you're slacking off. You don't want to feel like you're not getting it done. I don't know if I'm talking to anyone who's a overachiever who really likes to get things done in life. But listen, self-care, this is something my dad had to teach me, is that me being responsible, me taking care of myself is me being responsible. It's making myself responsible. Instead of me reacting, I'm able to respond in a healthy manner because I involve myself in self-care. I dive into self-care. I take walks, I swim, I do whatever it is that I need to do to make sure that I am the best me that I can be. So you giving yourself the best food, the best water, the royal treatment. Listen, self-care is being responsible. And if you're not taking care of yourself and you're taking care of your bills, you're making sure your credit's together, you're making sure your mortgage is paid, but you are emotionally bankrupt, you're physically overweight, you're not taking care of yourself, you're not sleeping well because you can't breathe, because you're overweight, not eating the right foods, and you think that's being responsible because all of your bills are paid, and yet you are emotionally, mentally bankrupt? No, you can't be responsible. You're not able to respond in a healthy way if you're not taking care of yourself, if you're not putting yourself as a priority. Your car can go away. The house can go away. You matter. You can't be responsible without self-care. How do I know? I'm talking to myself. I'm so focused on the goal. It's like, have you gotten a manicure? Have you gotten a pedicure? Have you gotten your hair did? When was the last time you took a vacation? When was the last time you went to the chiropractor, got a massage? I mean, are you taking care of yourself? Because if you're wondering why you can't respond to life in a way that's effective, it's because you haven't been taking care of yourself. It's because you're not going to the water and looking at the lake. It's because you're not taking a fishing trip. It's because you're not doing the cruise. Self-care is you being responsible for yourself. It's called self-care, taking care of yourself. I don't know how many other things that you have been responsible for, but you taking care of yourself is your first responsibility. If you want to respond in a way that is the best you that the world can ever imagine, you got to take care of yourself. Probably about 12 years ago. No, God, it's been longer than that. I'm sorry. It feels so short. My mother passed from diabetes, not colon cancer. My dad died of colon cancer. Let's wrap it all up, right? My mom died from kidney failure, so she had to get dialysis. My dad, which is i.e. my grandpa, he died because he had colon cancer. Very sad thing to watch happen. People you love just go away, not because they're bad people, not because they got robbed, not because they got hit by a bus or a car. No, just because they weren't taking care of themselves. My grandfather, my dad, was really successful. We owned multiple homes, commercial real estate, but he died at 83 because he had colon cancer, because he didn't take care of himself. And that's why I'm so courageous and militant almost about my food choices and how I take care of myself. I go to the gym every day, or every other day for the most part, but religiously pretty much every day, right? I feel great when I go to the gym. Imagine watching people you love pass away because they didn't take care of themselves. I watched my mother and my father die because they didn't take care of themselves. I watched my dad mortgage the house to pay for prescription medications when my mother got on dialysis. He took a second mortgage out on the house because the self-care wasn't there. If you don't know how to take care of yourself, fine. In 2023, you have no excuse. Do you want to be there for your kid's wedding? Do you want to walk them down the aisle? Do you want to play with your grandkids? Do you want to have kids? What is it going to take for you to be responsible and take care of yourself? Are you going to leave kids behind and die early because you're not taking care of yourself? That's being responsible. Making sure that you're eating, drinking, working out, listening to all the things that make you thrive and a better human being, that's being responsible. So if you have a nice car and you live in a nice neighborhood, but you're emotionally depressed, you're physically overweight, your kids are a mess, you're not responsible. You're not. Because you're not taking care of yourself. Who cares what it looks like when it feels horrible? Life looks great, but I feel, come on. The trade-off is not worth it. We make a lot of money. We live in America. If you're listening to this, or wherever you live, do whatever you got to do to take care of yourself. I guarantee you, your community will love you more for it. I guarantee your sister, your brother, your mom, your dad will love the fact that you're going to be alive a little bit longer. Your kids are going to be able to celebrate you a little bit longer, all because you decided to pour into self-care. Being responsible is self-care. Self-care is love. I was overweight. Oh my God. Probably 200. I was on 223 pounds. Yeah. Like really bad. And I was a fat kid growing up. I was a fat kid. I wore husky. I don't know however old you are, but back in the day when you were big enough to wear adult clothes, but they didn't want to shame you into wearing adult clothes, they came up with this size. And it's called husky. Translation, you're a big kid, right? I was a husky kid, right? Big kid. Listen, even when I got an adult, my habits as a child followed me, which is eat everything in sight. Doesn't matter what you eat, who cares? Doesn't matter, whatever. Until I tried to tie my shoe one day. Guys, listen, this is the day. This is the day I started. This is the day, okay? I tried to tie my shoe. I sat on the bed. Never forget this day. I sat on the bed and I went to tie my shoe, and my stomach was pushing into my chest, and I couldn't breathe because how big my stomach was. It was pushing my chest, and I sounded like this, and I couldn't breathe, and I was like, why are you winded just trying to tie your shoe? Now, for me, I already knew I was overweight. I knew that. But if you're sitting down, God, I almost want to cry, but I'm not going to cry. It's kind of funny, though, too. I'm not going to cry, but it's fun. It's like laughable, cryable. But listen, when you're sitting, you're not doing anything, and you're winded. It's like you're tired and you can't breathe and you're just sitting here. For me, I wasn't taking care of myself. I went in the mirror after that moment of losing my breath by tying my shoe, breath by shoe tie, and losing breath by shoe tie. As I did that, I went and got in the mirror I looked in the mirror and I did not recognize who I had become. I did not recognize the person in the mirror. I don't know if you've let yourself go so far to where if you go look in the mirror, hell, you don't even know who that is anymore. That was me, okay? That was the day I realized. I looked in the mirror and I said, I don't know who this is. I don't know who you are, sir, but you can't live here anymore. I don't like what I see. I'm disgusted. Until you're disgusted, you're not going to do anything about it. I looked in the mirror and I was like, this isn't you. There's no way. There's no way I live in that body. There's no way. There's no way. And I said, you know what, buddy? Whoever you are inside of there, you've got to go. You don't live here anymore. So from that moment, I went to work because I knew I let myself go to the point where I didn't recognize who I really was and who I was inside. This is where it really gets good. Who I was inside was not reflective of what I saw in the mirror. I knew I could do better. I knew what I saw was not my fullest potential. I knew I wasn't taking care of myself, and I was disgusted that somehow I let it slip through the cracks. I'm like, how did you let yourself? Now I weigh, I don't know, last time I checked, that was like 180 pounds or 100, something like that. But to go from 223, I've always been a fat kid. And it was the day I woke up and realized enough is enough. Who are you? I don't know if you've looked in the mirror lately. Are you happy? Are you pretending like it's something that you want? There's nothing worse than pretending like being out of shape and overweight is okay. Talking to me. I pretended like it was fine because I didn't care about myself. If you're pretending that being overweight and not taking care of yourself is fine, it's because you don't care about yourself. I know. The reason why I didn't care about what I ate is because I didn't care about myself. I didn't care about the way I looked because I didn't care about myself. My self-worth was low. That's why I looked low. I looked like I didn't care about myself. I looked like it. I don't know if you think other people don't know that you've stopped caring about yourself, but we know. We know. Your secret's out. If you don't think the world knows that you've given up already, you've stopped trying, we noticed. You can do this. I did it. It's possible. Self-care is you being responsible for yourself and making sure that you're the best person that you could be. Not just barely making it, not just skimming the surface, but you are thriving. If something were to happen, you know you could handle it, not only financially, but physically, emotionally, and mentally. Some of us know we can handle things with our wallets. Some of us know we can handle life with our wallets. Some of us know we can pull the card out and make it go away. But physically, have you been responsible? Are you responsible physically? If something were to happen, could your body take it? Could your mind take it? Where your card doesn't work, where your cash is invalid. Come on. You taking care of yourself is being responsible and not just finances. Your credit's good. How's your emotions? How's your health? How's your physical? They've got to all add up. Come on now, guys. I know. I teach and work with some of the most successful people, and sometimes they're ashamed of Gerald. I didn't know how out of shape I was. Yes, you did. I don't say that, but yes, you did. And when people come to the tennis court, I got CEOs, executives, all kinds of people that 6-figure, 7-figure earners who have let themselves go. And they think they're being responsible with good hearts. They think that. So if you haven't been taking care of yourself and you think you've been responsible and you haven't been diving into self-care, you haven't been being responsible. Okay? So go be responsible. Go get a chiropractor, massage, the masseuse. Go do something that literally makes your body say yes and thanks you. Not from, oh my God, this cheese sandwich was good, this ice cream was good. No, but something that nourishes your soul. Something that is going to benefit you and everyone else around you. That's self-care. That's being responsible. Is indulging in things and activities where you are lavished and everyone else gets to experience that beauty and that expression. Until next time, namaste. And notice that you taking care of yourself is you being responsible. Until next time, namaste. And this has been another episode. Follow me on episodes on Apple. We're on YouTube. We're on TikTok. We're on Spotify. We're on Instagram. We're on Facebook. When I tell you we're everywhere, we're everywhere. All right, I'll see you guys soon. And go be responsible with loving yourself with self-care. All right, until next time, I'll see you soon. Namaste.